How are you? You can hear me?
Yeah, I got you. You have me?
Oh, perfect. I can hear you now. How are you doing? Good morning. Well, good afternoon to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing pretty good.
All right, perfect, perfect. So, Jabari, how are you feeling today? How are you doing today amidst everything that's going on in terms of how your life is right now? Because I saw you made a post the other day to say that December 5 was your last normal day. So, how do you feel right now, right where you are?
Man, it's an amazing feeling waking up every day. It already was, I
Yeah.
always lived a good life.
Hmm.
But now it's just, the stress of thinking about, oh, what's my next move gonna be, or whatever, is kind of just, a lot smaller, and now I have a
Yes.
lot more relief, and I feel like cushion to think and just grow.
Mhm.
So life has just been amazing, especially with all the love that I've been getting.
Amazing, amazing. No, let's get into it. For those who don't know what this game show is, how would you explain what you were a part of? Before we get into anything else, how would you explain to somebody what this competition was?
Well, so Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber in the world, right? Almost
Yes.
500 million subscribers. Um, and he does a lot of philanthropic stuff. Like, he gives back to people, he builds
Mhm.
houses for people, and he does these ridiculous um kind of game shows that he hosts,
Yeah.
where basically if he when he does a video, it
Hmm.
should be unbelievable. You get what I'm
Yes.
saying? So a lot of people even think it's fake. It's funny
Right.
actually. They think it's fake, and I'm like, nah, bro, it's real.
Yes.
But that's the point. And so he gave away uh the prize of a jet
Hmm.
because we were pilots, So
Yeah.
he kind of does stuff that are themed around what your professional talents are, and
Right.
it's a ridiculous outcome.
Amazing. So let's get, because up to now I can wrap my mind around what I watched, because I'm an avid watcher of his channel, so I know what his videos are about. But there was something different about this one. Seeing people pulling a jet, keeping your hand on, so like watching it, we can say, yeah, but it's easy. Of course, why not? I can just easily keep my hand on the jet, easy one too. But for you, how hard was it? Because people who are watching can just easily say, yo, that easy. For put your hand on a jet and keep your hand there until just wall out. It easy. How hard was it? Just tell us how hard it was to keep your mind locked in, to keep your hand on the jet.
Man, so the believe it or not, of the challenges,
Hmm.
that was the one I was most comfortable with, just because I knew
Ah,
it was in my control,
yes,
Like I
yes.
knew if I get out, it's my fault. But in terms of actually keeping a hand on the jet, it it was a lot of mental strength that you needed, just to remember, don't take it off impetuously. Like I literally I would keep both my hands out of my pocket. Like I would not
Mhm.
put my left hand was the one on the jet. I would not put my right hand in my pocket or behind my back or something, because I didn't want to impetuously need to scratch my nose, and the most convenient hand is the
Yeah,
left
yeah,
one, and so I use it on accident. So
yeah, yeah.
little stuff like that, you got to remember, yo, don't go to sleep, because if you go to sleep,
Hmm.
there's no way you're gonna remember immediately that you're in a challenge. That is, matter of fact, when I woke up in the morning, after I had won, I woke up in the morning,
Yeah.
and I was in the bed, and I moved my left hand off the pillow, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh my,
yeah,
I just lost. I just lost.
yeah.
And I
Right.
was like, oh no,
You
I've
already
already
won.
won. That's what, but
Yeah,
that's just the amount of like locked in and how I brainwashed myself. It was tough
yeah.
mentally.
I can just imagine. No, people may not know, because people may watch the video and think that it was fake. You are a real legitimate pilot. You are a licensed pilot at 20 years old. Where did the passion for aviation begin?
Yeah, I've been a commercial pilot since the age of 18. So that's the youngest you could possibly do it, and so
Yeah.
I achieved it at that age. And the place that aviation became a passion for me was, man, I really can't tell you when, but I just always remember being a young kid, and My mom bought me a Kindle, and I would always download every single different airplane game on there. I would go on
Yeah.
my dad's computer. Well, we had a computer in the house when I
Hmm.
was young, and I would go on there and I would type in playing games, and that was like that's all I wanted to play.
Yeah.
So it really just became I can't say why, but I just know I was always trying to play playing games, but I never knew that I wanted to be a pilot. That's not something I grew up
Yeah. Yeah.
saying, oh, I want to be a pilot. I can't remember ever saying that.
Yeah, fair enough. No, what was the moment you knew you wanted to make aviation your career? Because I mean, you started off liking to play, playing games, but at what point did you say, I feel like when I fly to playing for true? At what point was that?
So I remember that day like it was yesterday.
Yeah,
My mom, she does Mary Kay, June Peters. She's a Mary Kay sales director, and
yeah.
every year they have a Mary Kay seminar in Dallas.
Mm,
So this was in the summer, like nearing August, or it was August, like August 2nd or something.
yeah.
And we went to Dallas, and the American Airlines captain, his name is Zbig
Hmm.
Adamczyk, and he brought me into the cockpit, and when he brought me into the cockpit, I was just looking around talking, and I had again, I've always been doing airplane games. I had flew that same exact Boeing 737.
Ah,
I
nice.
had probably over 300 hours on it, so I knew exactly what was going on, exactly every single button. And he
Yeah,
was so amazed that I knew all these different systems and things
yeah,
like that. So he was like, I think this is your calling. And ever since that day, I just knew that's what I wanted to strive after, and I never stopped thinking about aviation since that day in August
amazing.
2022.
August 2022, and you said you were 18 at that point.
No, at that time I was 17.
Oh, okay, got you, got you, got you. Wow. Okay, so let's get back to the game show. Now, I'd like to know how did you first hear about the competition? Um, and then how did you go about applying to be a part of it? How did that part go? Because I'm pretty sure it's not just a random thing. You have to apply, and the whole works behind the scenes. What was that like?
Well, there are two ways that people can get in. I mean, well, with the
Mhm.
video like this, the pilot stuff, it's not the easiest thing in the world finding 100 pilots.
Yeah.
So they will go on Instagram and just type in pilot, and I had a
Mhm.
pretty good social media following, so it wouldn't have been hard to find me that way. And
Yeah.
they also have the casting. So what you guys can do is you can go on Instagram on Mr. Beast Casting, and
Mhm.
you can fill out just who you are. Like
Yeah.
literally go in, fill out if you are a plumber or you're a lawyer, just fill out that, and they might do a video 100 lawyers, yes, who
Ah,
has a criminal record. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So just like that is how you could get in, and they really trust me. I mean, they really you stand a chance at getting in.
Yeah.
So I was just on a regular day. I was on the phone, and I got another phone call from a Carolina number, and I was
Yeah.
like, do I want to answer this because I was already on the call. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
should I answer this? And I said, okay, I'll answer. And I answered, and it actually was from Mr. Beast. So, well, not Mr. Beast, but his
Right,
his,
right,
his
right,
casting
yeah.
team.
His people got you.
Yeah.
Now, what made you say yes, knowing that the stakes were so high?
I didn't know how high the stakes were. We don't
Ah,
know anything until when he says, like, when they start recording. That's the
mhm.
first time we know anything.
Ah,
That's how, like, when I just laugh when people say it's fake, like,
yeah.
because they are the most secretive people in the world.
Mhm.
Like, they don't tell you anything. Everything is just like 100% authentic for the videos. And we didn't know what the stakes were. I just knew it was Mr. Beast. I believed it. I was like, it's a Carolina number. This sounds legit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say yeah. So I didn't know what it was. They told me was it was October 8th through the
Mhm.
18th, and
Ah,
did I have a passport because it would involve international travel. That's
right.
all I knew.
That's it.
Literally, I didn't know it was gonna be in Saudi Arabia. I
Mhm.
didn't know what the prizes were. I had no
Yeah.
idea if it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna just be me at first, but then when
Oh,
they would
yeah.
send the emails, I would see undisclosed recipients in it, and I'm like, and they would
Mm.
talk in plural. So I was like, this sounds like it's more than just me. Maybe it's four of us. And then I got to the airport, and I just started seeing a pilot, and I'm like, all right, this might be 100 pilots.
Ah, okay. So you're saying that at the airport was when you figured out that hey, I may be going to Saudi Arabia to
Well, I
complete.
knew I was going to Saudi Arabia. I knew I was going to
Mm.
Saudi Arabia probably a week before,
Ah, got you, got you,
because
got you.
they asked for like stuff to get our visa
Yeah.
picture.
Okay, fair enough. Time is now 7:16 a.m. I'm talking with Jabari Brown. We're talking all things Mr. Beast game show. We're talking about him becoming a millionaire, literally. Real and true. You understand? We're gonna take a break though. Take a break and come back with more. You're listening to Love 101 FM, the family station. We'll be right back with more with Jabari Brown. Hey, with Captain Treasy. We're talking all things Mr. Beast. We're talking all things, winning the jet, all that jazz, what life has been like since. Now, Jabari, we're back with you right here inside Love in the Morning on the Family Station, Love 101. Let's talk about some of the challenges. What were the tasks like in terms of, what you had to do leading up to the big win?
Yeah, so some of the challenges, I believe the first one was the pulling of the jet where we were on teams of like 33, and so we
Hmm.
had to pull each jet. There were three jets, and my
Yeah.
team was the winning team. And the second one was the jet blaster. So we were standing on these small circle platforms. I mean, no more
Mhm.
than like 3 feet and probably 2 feet
Yeah.
in just diameter.
Hmm.
And they would spin the jet around on a thrust setting, and it would try to blow you off. And that was more difficult than I anticipated it to be.
Yeah.
Um, Next, we had the briefcase game, which was a cruel game, and so that one
Yeah.
we skydived, and it kind of blew past that skydive. Like people don't realize that I skydived. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, we skydived out of a military airplane, and then the last one was the keep your hand on the jet challenge.
Yeah, that skydiving one that catch me still. The skydiving one I've been away. Talk to me about the jet blaster one because I don't think people understand how powerful a jet blast is and how I'm pretty sure there was a lot of measures put in place to ensure that nobody was hurt. Because I could see that you guys were on a platform, on a little thing where like if you fell, it is cushioned. So what was that like?
Yeah, I just have to say the entire Mr. Beast team, they take safety to the highest level you can
Yeah.
imagine. Like safety is like the priority. We were
Mhm.
there, we were there for out like probably 12 hours before
Yeah.
we ever started filming that.
Mm.
If you look, like you could see the sun started coming up. That was supposed to be filmed at pitch black nighttime, but the
Yeah.
sun was starting to come up because we had been there so long. Just the fact that they were like, we want to make sure that it's completely safe. So they went and got extra protective gear. So initially we were not going to have helmets on. We were not going to have the knee brace and
Yeah.
elbow braces.
Yeah.
But they were like, just in case, let's put these on. So
Mhm.
personally, I didn't want to wear it because it was gonna mess up the drip. But
Right, right,
uh,
yeah,
they had
yeah,
to put it on. So, but they take safety really, 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 really high.
yeah. I can imagine because I mean, most of the challenges are, as we said, really ridiculous in a good way. As in, it is a huge scale production, and most of the challenges are well thought out. So I can imagine them putting safety first in terms of that. Skydiving is a next thing. Skydiving is a different ball game. I'm pretty sure when you enter this thing, you never imagine say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to jump out of a plane." What was that? What was that game like? Because you had to quote unquote deceive your teammate in a way, to get them to not take your briefcase. You understand? So how did you go about that one? Because how you did it, you finished it pretty well. Yeah, man. You did a very good job finessing that. How explain to me that part of the game.
All right, so that game was a game I did not want to play. Like
Yes,
I
listen.
remember the night before I was watching videos and I was like, if there's one thing I hope we don't do, is I hope we don't do a briefcase game.
Yeah.
Sure enough, the next day we did a briefcase game, and I was like, man, what am I gonna say? Yeah, I have to think. What are they gonna think I am gonna do? Are they gonna think that I'm gonna tell the truth or I'm gonna lie?
Yes.
And so I asked. Funny enough, I asked that same guy, the same guy
Yeah.
that I went against. I
Mm.
asked him because we're all friends. People don't notice. Like we're all very close. Like we spent 2 weeks together.
Sure, yeah,
So
yeah,
we're
yeah.
all very close. And I was talking to him, and I was asking him. I was not planning against him. I thought I was going to go against somebody else. And I said,
Yeah.
"Do you think they would believe me, or do you think they would think I'm lying?"
Hmm.
And he said, "I think they would think you're lying." And I said, "Yeah." I'm like, okay. But my plan, I really was gonna tell the truth. I really so I prefaced my opening of the briefcase that I was gonna tell the truth. I
Yeah.
wasn't lying. I really was going to.
Hmm.
But when I opened it and I saw the jump, I was like,
Mm,
I have to. I'm like, I have
yeah,
to keep this. And I don't know what it was that made me. It was all so fast. I don't know what it was that made me say that it
yeah,
was a steal.
hmm,
But I said it, and he believed it,
yeah.
and allowed me to keep the briefcase. And I got a lot of hate for that online. I mean, it's fine.
I
I'm
saw
not.
it go. Listen, I
That's
saw it
how it
go.
is, you
Yeah,
know. But for me, it's competition. I
yeah,
expect him to do that to me. I wouldn't be
right.
upset at him. It's
Yeah,
competition.
yeah,
He's there to
yeah.
try to win it.
Hmm.
And the same for me. And by the way, I didn't get him eliminated. I didn't
Right.
send him home. He just
Yeah.
had to go again and earn his keep.
Right.
So if he did a good job at deceiving on the next one, then he would have stayed.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I didn't eliminate him.
Right, 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 exactly. So now let's move on to what personal strength helped you during the competition.
I would say the personal strength was just my mentality. Like the I just went in with the biggest, like, I cannot lose this mentality,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
faith that I knew I was gonna make it. I'm sure there were so many people who just thought, oh, it's impossible. It's 100 people. There's no way I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
I know that through my life, I have been the type to persevere on something like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Um, so for me, it was never impossible for me.
Mm.
Like, it really was never impossible for me in my mind. And I honestly, I've just done so much and accomplished so much in terms of, like, I play 7 instruments. I'm a barber. I do so many different things that for
Yeah.
me, when I see something, I'm like, if I quit, that's me admitting that somebody is better than me. And I'm like, there's
Yeah.
no way they're not more talented than me. Why can they do this and I
Right.
can't, you know? So
Yeah.
anything that is in my control, I just have a feeling that I can't lose. But the stuff that's luck, I have no control over that. That's just up
Yeah.
to God.
That's how it goes. How important was prayer for you in this entire time? How important
Man,
was it for you to stay positive and keep a positive mindset and pray? How was that like?
very, very, very. I prayed so hard. I prayed every single day over and over and over and over and over and over. And I told God, I said, if you allow me to win, I want to be a vessel and give back to people, and
Yeah.
just really be a blessing from my blessing. And so that's what I've been doing since I've won, because that was my covenant that I
Yeah.
made with God. But yeah, every single day I listen to the Make Away song by Jermaine Edwards over
Yeah.
and over and over and over and over again. It's
Mm.
actually, I sent him a screenshot probably yesterday, because
Yeah.
YouTube just did their raps, and that was
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
top one of my top songs played, because I
Uh,
had that on loop,
yeah.
before I went out. And the Sticks or Stones by
Rondell.
um Rundell.
Rondell
Yeah, I
positive.
listened
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
those over and over and over again.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. We're coming up on another break, so let's do that real quick. And then I have a slight game for you, because people on social media are saying that you're not Jamaican, which is crazy to me. Which don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Anyway, we get into that after the break. Let's take a break, and then we come back with more. You're listening to Love 101 FM, the family station. Brown is right now overseas, abroad actually, and he was a part of a game show and he won big. He's a Jamaican, he's a pilot, and he's just doing great things right now. To God be the glory. Maybe give God thanks for that to them because I mean, it could have been anybody else, but the Lord saw it fit for it to be a Jamaican right here from the soil. So we give God thanks for that. Jabari, Captain Treasy, talk to me about the moment they announced you as the winner of the jet. I could see your emotion. For those who watched the video, we could feel what you were feeling to some degree. But when you realized that the other two contestants took their hand from the jet, how did you feel in that moment?
It was the
Yeah, go ahead.
weirdest. What was that?
No, go ahead.
It was the it was just a speechless moment for me, like
Yeah,
because there was so much going on in terms of for me, I had already kind of mentally accepted that we all had lost the jet because
yeah.
I just knew they weren't going to take their hands off,
Mhm.
and I didn't want to play that game at the end. So mentally, I had it that the best outcome here at this point is walking away with like
Yeah.
10 or 20,000 since everybody's going to lose the jet.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I came to
Okay,
Saudi
that's fine.
Arabia for
Stick up
two
in right
weeks.
there. Stick up in right there, Jabari. Tell the listeners what that final challenge was like. So paint the picture for them to where it led up to where they took the hand off the jet. For those who don't know how it actually went.
So it was traditionally just supposed to be last to keep your hand on a jet, and
Mhm.
so towards the end we were there for like 36 hours now, and so they
Mhm.
went and put a twist in it that we had 1 hour left to decide who was going to keep their hand on the jet last. So
Mhm.
it was going to be 1 hour. If nobody took their hands off by the time
Mhm.
expired, everybody was going to lose the jet.
Yeah.
Or we would figure out our own. It was upon ourselves though
Mhm.
to figure out our own game to see who was going to self eliminate
Yeah.
to leave, the other one there. So we were just not agreeing on any game. I was trying to
Yeah.
think of like quizzes and
Mhm.
physical stuff and mental stuff that would allow us to choose who would
Mhm.
win fairly, but they didn't want to do any of those,
Yeah.
and they wanted to just put it all up to luck. And I just wouldn't have been able to sleep good knowing that I felt like I was the most deserving contestant in terms of just actual skill and wit and
Yeah. Mhm.
all of that. And then they win just because they got lucky. I
Yeah.
wasn't a fan of that. So when they actually took their hand off the jet, I couldn't believe it because mentally I had it that nobody was gonna win the jet
Yeah.
at that point. So
Mhm.
I couldn't believe it, man. I just couldn't
Crazy.
believe it.
Listen, watching that video, the lead up to where you guys were deciding who should get the jet, and you had to tell them, say, listen, you are grown, You can't just want to be handed so you understand? So watching the video, man said, listen to me, the man need to just take out them honor for the jet and call it a day. Because at this point I'm invested. He said, listen to me, Jabari have to win So you have to take off your honor for the jet. So when you picked up the briefcase and it was the winning briefcase, the other part of that was okay, cool. Him can get the winning briefcase, but then if they keep their hands on the jet, nobody gets it. So at that point, no man said,
Right.
peace. All right, see, you know. So I'm there
Yeah. So I
watching.
didn't celebrate. Like when I got that
Yeah,
winning briefcase and they put that camera up to my face, there was not one smile. I was nervous. I was
yeah.
like, are they gonna do it?
Yeah, yeah.
Because they didn't have to.
Exactly. They didn't have to take their hands off the jet, and then that would mean nobody gets it. But when they did, I was like, wow. I feel like the entire Jamaica at that point started celebrating. It feel like when Tessan did not win the voice, or when like that's how it felt watching it to know that there's a Jamaican in this competition who just won a private jet. Now let's talk about life after the competition. What has this win opened new doors for you in aviation in terms of a business? What is your ultimate dream? Being a captain, an airline owner, aviation school. What are your plans for right now?
Yes, it's definitely open doors. It's 100% open doors with companies, and brands, and just networking. It was great networking with the
Yeah,
people there, and also the people around the world seeing me and getting to know my personality from the video in
yeah,
aviation. So yes, it's been beneficial that way, and it's brought a lot of people towards my ground school. So I
yeah.
have an online ground school for people who want to
Oh,
become
nice.
pilots, and it's real. I mean, you can actually, if you do good enough, I can actually give you a signature, which
Mhm.
will allow you to go and take your the first part of your written exam, which is the first step to
Ah,
becoming a pilot. So
nice.
that's legit. You could go on. It's called Integrity Aviation Online Ground School. So if you go on my Instagram at captain.treezy, CAPT period TREEZY,
Mhm.
you could go in the bio and you could go and sign up, and most of those videos are free.
Yeah.
Um, and you could become halfway a pilot by doing that. So it's brought a lot of people there, and you know, it's been good. I plan on opening a full flight school in Punta Gorda, Florida,
Yeah.
to do that. So I'm purchasing a plane right now.
Amazing, amazing. No, I was watching something the other day with you, and you were saying that you were not able to keep the jet. Could you expound on that?
Yeah. So when you do a Mr. Beast challenge, you two ways you could. I don't know if it's for every single one, but in the contract
Yes.
it said that you could take the actual prize or you could take the value of the prize.
Mm.
So I I I I was always probably gonna I was gonna try to work the company, the 135,
Yeah,
but the way I saw it, I'm like, I could sell the airplane and start from scratch instead of getting the airplane being in debt, and you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah.
And not to mention some of the stuff we did in the challenge. I'm like, I don't know if I want this exact jet that we've been
Yeah,
stepping
yeah.
on, crawling on, putting on a crane. So all
Right.
that stuff put the jet through a lot of drastic measures, which it would
Hmm.
probably be years before I was actually able to fly the plane due to
Right.
the inspections it was going to need and the bird. It was going to be a lot. So the money was just much more easy to take, and
Yeah.
I could do a lot more things with that. So
Yeah. So
yes.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Because when I saw that you won the jet, I was wondering, is he gonna take this specific jet, or do they have another jet maybe in the back somewhere that is more brand new that you get?
So I heard that they did have another jet in Jeddah, Saudi
Mm.
Arabia in Jeddah. That
Yeah.
if I decided I was gonna take the jet, they were gonna give me the one in Jeddah because that one was in perfect condition.
Yeah.
But this was a pretty nice jet. I went inside and it was really nice on the inside. It really.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So that was Captain Tracy with this whirlwind of a story, people. Listen to me. I don't know. A movie alone is the thing here. Movie
Yeah.
alone is the thing here. So I just, I'm just grateful that you were able to win and you're able to change lives with your aviation school. So that is capt.treezy. Go to the bio.
CAPT, um, Captain Trees. So
Yeah,
CAPT dot TREEZY. And I gotta say one thing.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I heard. Let me know if this is true. I heard that your mother was the MC at my parents' wedding.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay, so let me tell you how I learned about this. So my mom was telling me that she was telling me the story, and she was saying that I know the guy who won. I said, how you know him? Where you know him from? So apparently, your mom and my mom went to Bible school together. So they're really good friends. I hear her talk about June Peters Brown all the
I
time.
hear I hear your mom's name all the time. When she says the first name, I can say the
Yeah,
last.
yeah. My mom always talks about June Peters Brown. From I've been little, I know that name. I've never seen her in person, but I know the name June Peters Brown. So Auntie June, if you're watching, if you're listening, good morning. And look at that, the two
And
children are
everybody,
interviewing.
it's their 24th anniversary coming up on December
Ah,
15th.
yeah,
So how funny is it? Your mom was the MC at their wedding, and in a couple of days, it's their 24th
crazy.
anniversary.
And apparently, she told me that she was the one who set them up. So she was the one who made the link, set them up, and now they're celebrating 24 years of marriage. So big up to you, Sir Brown, wherever you are, if you're listening. Happy anniversary to you. Well, yeah, it's true. It's true. They've been friends since Bible school days. So big up to Auntie June, wherever you are. Good morning. So there are people online who are saying that you're not Jamaican. No, that part that to me that make no
That
sense.
they must say.
That they must say. That they must say. Nadine Blair from Love 101 here say, him have to talk some patois. Him just say, that they must say. The video that you made the other day telling, just basically just proving that you're Jamaican. The other day you couldn't get in a stadium for the football match. That is heights of being a
Yeah,
Jamaican. That is
A ticket.
yeah, you can't get to the stadium. That's crazy. But anyway, it's now 7:45. We have one final break. So let's do that final break, take care of some business, and then we get into this game. The game is called Jamaican Card, to revoke or not revoke.
All
And
right, this should be fun. I'm a little nervous, but
no, no,
love it, man. Love it, man.
you have it, you have it, you have it. So let's take a break, and then we will decide if your Jamaican card needs to be revoked or not revoked, which I don't think so. But let's take the break, and then we come back with more. You're listening to Love
Yeah,
101. This is Love in the Morning. We're soon forward. Don't go anywhere.
One thing we know.
Doing great things in the world right now. Just I'm just being great wherever he is right now. So Jabari, as the people them I say, people them out there saying that you are not Jamaican. So I decided. I talked to my producer. I was like, producer, let us get a game for him So for sure, the people them say, what go on, right? So the game is called Jamaican card to revoke or not revoke. Now you'll be asked some simple general knowledge questions about Jamaica. Each one you get correct proves your Jamaican-ness. Now, before I get into it,
I
my
hope,
mom.
I hope the man that give me the most difficult question.
No, man, no,
I
man, no.
ask me when was Nani and the Maroon's birthday?
Oh no, I know. But no, I'm not gonna do that to you. You
All
understand?
right.
It's simple. My mom actually reached out to me a while ago and she said she was pregnant with me while your parents were getting married. So you see
Wow.
how destiny works. Crazy. But anyway, what is the simple one? What is the capital of Jamaica?
Kingston.
There we go. Duh. Number 2, what are the colors of the Jamaican flag?
Black, green, and gold.
All right. Who is the fastest man in the world?
Usain Bolt.
Excellent. What is Jamaica's national fruit?
National fruit.
Yes.
Ake, right?
There you go. There you go. Which sea surrounds Jamaica?
Caribbean Sea.
Excellent. What is Jamaica's motto?
Out of many, one people.
There you go. In what month does Jamaica celebrate independence?
September.
No, August.
September and August close still enough.
Close.
So hold on. Cause so August born cause independence and emancipation and both birthday are like three
Together.
family, right?
Exactly. So what's one is the first, one is the 6th, and I think both birthday are somewhere this. But yeah, it's
August.
man,
it's close, man. September, man.
Don't pre people. Don't pre them close. Don't pre. All right, here we go. What is Jamaica's? Oh no. All right, we go to this one. What Jamaican artist is known as the king of reggae?
Bob Marley.
There you go. What is Jamaica's national dish?
Ackee and saltfish.
There you go. All right, this one. All right, let's go. Which parish is the largest in Jamaica?
Which
all right, to be fair, I wouldn't know this answer. So if you get it wrong, I get it.
Which parish is the largest?
Yeah, take a wild guess.
I don't think of St. Catherine.
No, not St. Catherine. Think on the north coast.
North Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know that one there. No,
I wouldn't know either. May I tell you that from
which
now?
which one is it?
St. Anne.
St. Anne?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I definitely wouldn't answer that. I wouldn't say St. Anne either. I would answer something else like
people want to make me know if one didn't know that. I never know that one there.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm telling you from now. All right, here we go. What is Jamaica's national flower?
Lignum vitae. If me get that right, I'm half of a Jamaican.
No, you're Jamaican for sure. You can't get that wrong. That means you study the little seat book at the back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All right, let's go. What currency does Jamaica use?
Which currency I said?
Yeah.
JMD.
There you go, Jamaican dollars. How many parishes does Jamaica have?
A 13?
No, my, you're short. 1. 14.
14.
14. There you go. No worries, but you're still Jamaican. What do you mean? Hello. What is the name of Jamaica's national bird?
A hummingbird.
The hummingbird, the swallowtail hummingbird, correct. The doctor bird or the swallowtail hummingbird. Where is Dunn's River Falls located?
By the 8 rivers, man. Ocho Rios.
Oh, there you go. What sport is Jamaica famous for in the Olympics?
Track and field.
There you go. What popular Christmas drink is made from the sorrel plant?
Sorrel media, I go say.
Sorrel.
Okay. You show me up when you say from the sorrel plant, because sorrel media, I go say, yeah, man.
Yeah, but if I twist up the question, so you can't get it too. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Which city is known as Jamaica's second city?
Would have been Mobile, right?
Mobile, Montego Bay. There you go. Which national hero? No, I wouldn't know this. But if you put 2 and 2 together, you might get this right. Which national hero is known as Black Moses?
Black Moses.
Yeah.
Would I say probably a Paul Bogle?
No, close, close. I feel like I would have said Paul Bogle too, but the answer is Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I never hear that before.
I've never heard it before, but I would have said definitely Paul Bogle for sure. What
Mm.
meal is commonly eaten in Jamaican households on Sunday for Sunday dinner?
Which meal? Well, what if a meal would I eat still?
Oh, really? Which one is
Saturday I
favorite?
cook your pumpkin soup on Saturday. No?
Right.
And Sunday, me know so we eat only for oxtail. So when I say oxtail and rice and peas.
Rice and beans is correct. But the answer is rice and beans and chicken.
Rice and peas and chicken. Me not really eat chicken. And oxtail my thing there.
There you go. See, listen to me. Him can't get more Jamaican than this, For those who have been doubting his Jamaicanness, there you have it. He is Jamaican, 100% Jamaican. For those who don't know,
what Andrew said, I'm Jamaican, true and true.
True and true. All right. For those who don't know, you are Jamaican by birth, correct? So you were born here.
Yeah, I went to Glad Tidings Basic School. I went to Angels Primary. Yeah.
Nice. Well, Jabari, it was good to have you on the show today. It's been an hour. Let me say big up to Sagicor. Sagicor is the sponsor for this hour, and they're having a Biz Fair, which happens tomorrow in Montego Bay at the Harmony Beach Park. Jabari, big up yourself. Thanks for stopping by. I know you're busy. What time is it now in Saudi Arabia?
Well, I'm in Dubai right now. I think. What time is it? Let me see. It's almost 5 p.m. here in Dubai.
5 p.m. Okay.
Yeah. So it's But yeah, no, if you guys want to find me on any social media platform, you can find my Instagram, like we said, at capt.treezy, Captain Treezy. And I'm on YouTube also. I make a lot of YouTube videos, and that's just Treezy2x. So TREEZY2x, and the same for TikTok.
All right, let me go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube to see what's going on, because I've been trying to find content, to keep up with what's happening. So I'll just subscribe right now. So that's Treezy2x, correct?
Correct. Yeah, Treezy 2 times, Treezy2x. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the same for my TikTok.
Okay, perfect. So I'm now subscribed to the movement. I've been following the movement, and I'm definitely, over here cheering you on. I just pray that God will continue to open doors for you, many, many, many doors, and that you'll walk through them boldly as you navigate this new normal. But yeah, God have your back, my G. God have your back, and you will succeed for sure. You will flourish, and we just give God thanks for that. But thanks for stopping by, Treezy. Big up to Auntie June. Wherever you are, Sir Brown, good morning. And have a good one, all right?
Thank you. Take care.
All right, take care. That was Jabari Brown, Captain Treezy, who spent the hour with me. Big up to Sagicor for sponsoring the hour 7 to 8. You're listening to Love 101 FM, the family station.
We now make them try for bring we don't know. We shine bright, we rise up like the sun. Go. I'm a 35, you step forward.